And I believe we're live. What's happening, everybody? And welcome back to Combroplations. That's right, ladies and gents. Another React stream. Watching today The Last of Us Part 2, the final gameplay show off that we're going to get to see before the game releases in exactly. I should have
Some number of
I
days,
should
yeah.
have looked it up. Really, I should have looked it up so it sounded decent right there. But it's going to be
Right.
coming out on the 16th of June, right? 16th of June.
Yeah.
So not long to wait now, and we're going to see if we get anything that will blow our skirts up. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing great because this live watch along is brought to you by our amazing patrons over on patreon.com/conversations. Who do we have to thank?
We have Saki, the one and only, Comrade Conrad, Diogo Dildo, Record Friction, Catsper the friendly patron, Dan the man, Jeremy Renner, and Catsper the friendly patron again because he accidentally subbed to us twice.
That's right.
Thank you, bros, for keeping the lights, the mics on, and the gaming going here at Conversations. I got my
feel
True
like-
Gamer podcast T-shirt on today.
I still want to get that beanie, and I mean the mug I have no excuse on, but I want to get them both together so I can have coffee and have this beanie on. But it's like 20 degrees at the minute.
No,
So
go for it, mate. Go for it. I'm sure it'd be
mate,
fine, right? The thing is that
little
any other time, if you said in Britain, oh, I'm gonna get myself a beanie and I'm gonna get myself a mug so I can have some nice hot tea, it'd be like, yeah, of course, because it's
Obviously.
Britain. It's But now, nah, you can't say
mate,
that.
I did check it. It's 20 degrees right now, so my laptop may be the one that fails today. But a little pat on the back. I feel like that intro to the patrons and stuff, that was probably our smoothest one yet.
Smooth. Oh,
We obviously, all you guys listen are probably already on the Discord, but we don't have a live chat up because we're worried about randoms coming in and spoiling everything. So we're on the Discord, which is actually a nice setup. It's good fun.
yeah.
I'm gonna pat us on the back again, mate. We're already up at a tasty 20 likes.
Yeah, we're doing good. Thank you,
The
everybody.
the Discord, legit, genuinely, seriously. I know we say it every video, and
Yep.
it kind of sounds like it's one of our things, but no, really, genuinely, like the best place.
I have
So
to say as well, like this was an odd one because we obviously wanted to avoid spoilers, which we're not going to give any spoilers here. But there are people out there that really want to ruin other people's days. But to avoid spoilers, we decided to turn off the live chat, and we're doing this exclusively with our Discord bros over there. Link in the description if you're new around here. You can join the best Discord in the world. And we're watching all of our this is the benefit of actually having the Discord chat, is that we get to post epic gifs like what you've done right there.
yeah.
That's really cool. Anyway, predictions for today. How do you feel going into this, and do you think it's going to sway you either way?
So going in, I am genuinely worried. I don't know what the spoilers are, right? And I've tried to avoid them, but I am worried. There's been connections like Neil Druckmann is a fan of Anid Sarkis and all this stuff, and it has me a little bit worried. But we did see a little gameplay reveal. Bizarrely enough, it actually included some gameplay. How strange!
Strange, just weird when you put
Right.
gameplay reveal in the name like strange, right?
Right, and then you showed the game being played. Weird, so strange.
So weird.
But that genuinely was like a little teaser trailer. It actually looked like a good old-fashioned revenge story, and that version of The Last of Us has me really kind of hyped.
Yeah.
Right? I was saying before, like the best lies are ones that include some of the truth, right? It's like most of the way there, but you leave something out or you insinuate something, right? That most of what you said is true. So the person can't be like, you're wrong. Like technically what you said was right, but it misses the spirit of the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping, assuming those leaks were from that salty employee, that it was just the guy trying to take as much of what he could from the game and put Naughty Dog in a position where they couldn't say it was false,
Trying to take as much of the wind out of the sails. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Right.
I just
but
got halloumi fries delivered to me. Sorry, one sec.
Mate, living the dream.
Right there with a sweet chili sauce as well. Right there.
Yeah. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I will say Naughty Dog has been really getting on my nerves. So they've been like striking channels and stuff, and that I really don't like.
Very bad behavior right there.
Especially because it hits close to home because we're quote unquote content creators. Like not really, but kind of. And so I'm cautiously optimistic. Kind of. I won't be disappointed if I look at it and go, yeah. Put it this way, I think I'm still not getting it. I think I'm going to wait for the reviews to come out and then for you to play it. And if you come our way and say it's good, I'll play it and I'll probably find it's not as good as you think, because you know, like the Horizon Zero Dawn thing. I'm probably more sensitive to that stuff than you are.
Right, yeah.
But if you come away and say, yeah, there's stuff in there that's just bad, I'm not even going to touch it.
Yeah,
If it's amazing, sorry, I just want to say this one last thing. If it's amazing, I will buy it. I will pay full retail price for it. I'm down to do that. I want that to be the situation. I want to eat crow on this thing.
yeah.
And be saying, I can't believe I ever said it, I ever doubted them. And I'll buy a steel case version of it and, you know, all that stuff. I want that to be how it goes. But what about you? How are you
It's a tough
feeling?
situation. I've gone back and forth. Like when I heard the stuff that was like, I didn't hear anything spoilerish, so I'm not going to give you any information if you're worried about that right now. But I heard obviously people saying there's something negative towards this, and they're saying, "Oh, I've cancelled my pre-order," and I was like, "Really? Like, Last of Us is bad enough that people have." This is really strange, and it hit me quite weird because I wasn't prepared for that. I was completely not prepared for that. I've come back around. I have downgraded my Ellie edition that I had to just the standard edition, just so I could,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't waste my money as well as be disappointed. You know, I'm
Right.
okay to go back and go. You know what? This was a good game. At least I didn't get the best edition, but okay, whatever. I saved some money there. But I have gone back on that where I'm actually excited. I'm bracing myself for the hit. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for someone to punch me. Like you know when you're in an argument with somebody that's way bigger than you, and then you're like, well, this person's gonna punch me in the face right now. This is what's gonna happen right here. It's like that. But as I said
What?
in my tweet earlier today, is that
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the game because Naughty Dog haven't given me a reason to not trust them. Like there hasn't been something where they've made something in the past and it was like, oh my god, that was just a load of crap. Why the hell did I
Yeah.
ever listen to them? So until they do that, they've got my support.
I feel you. Like
When they
they've
do that,
had,
I'll come
yeah.
down on them like a ton of bricks. That's what I'll do right there.
I feel you. Like they've come up with some bangers, but then Bethesda had as well, and then it just kind of, you
Yeah.
know. So
Well,
this could be their Bethesda moment. I hope it's
it's
not,
true.
but
But even
um,
equally with Bethesda, when they did what they did, where they assumed that they were the top dog and they just closed their windows and doors and they didn't look at the outside world and they made Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 and it was basically Fallout 3 just all over again, and
yeah,
then they tried to screw with the microtransactions, all that sort of stuff. They got what they deserved, and if Last of
yeah,
Us does it, they will get what they deserve as well.
yeah. It's that title. Like, don't get me wrong, Uncharted is a great series, but it isn't The Last of Us.
Yeah.
You know, um, so you know, it's a bit of a worry. I won't lie. One thing
Uh-huh.
the chat has said that you should have used the Shep slap, which was so. I mean, yeah,
I should
they're
have,
not
yeah.
wrong. I do, I do like that we can post our gifts and commands and stuff in this. I do like that, but obviously when we come to do the normal streams where we're not worried about spoilers, it's nice to have, you know, like if someone's new, it's nice for
Yeah,
them to be able to comment and talk to us.
yeah,
Um, we just, you know, I don't want anyone coming here, whether they're one of our subs or somebody new, and some random just decides that they'll pop in and copy pasta spoilers, you know.
yeah.
So
Do you know what the what's going to be a good thing when we're huge YouTubers in the future, and obviously we're bigger than YouTube when we're big. Obviously,
that's right.
we
Yeah,
can
we
dictate the
host
flow.
YouTube to do. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Then we can have our own website and we can have our own commands with gifts that come up. And we can, people won't be searching on YouTube for videos. Who would do that? They'd be like, let me head over to www.combrosations.com or Combroplations,
Right.
and they'll be like, this is where I go to get my news. This is where I go. And everyone around the world will be doing it, even news outlets. So, you know, then we'll be okay. We'll be okay there.
Right. D, refresh the stream, bro. It's I'm showing like upwards of 17 people already, and we're half an hour early. We're just in the pre-chat,
Yeah, shit.
and Ed's eating like an unprofessional hack.
I'm sorry. I was so hungry.
Mate, halloumi fries, that's a banger. Plus, you've been non-stop. Like you literally got in from work, had a shower, jumped on. We did movie club
Yep.
on the main channel, and then straight into this. We had like an hour break, if
It was
that.
tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
I was planning to when I was coming home. I was like, because I woke up super early. I had to go to work, and then I had a big day at work. It was very tiring and stuff like that. And then, as you said, I zoomed all the way in, and all the way home, I was like, okay, if I get movie club done and whatnot, it'll be done. It'll be roughly around about like 6:30. Then I can have like
exactly.
about an hour and a half nap, and then I can
Easy, because I mean the movie was only 2 hours long, right? So how long can movie club go?
right, maybe 2 hours, if that, if that. No, we went for 3 hours.
Fucking hell. I
But
will
yeah.
say, I don't know about you, but I'm stuck. You know, when we did conversations there and we were just destroyed, and we were saying like, James, how do you guys do like the 24-hour streams and stuff? And people were like, oh, you just get used to it. I do feel like 3 odd hours. I'm starting to get used to that length.
I was gonna say that. I'm glad you brought that up
Yeah.
because my AC2 streams, they go for around about 2 hours, so 3 hours. And while I feel like I've done work, I'm starting to get used to it.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I don't want to say like anytime we do a podcast, like, we just did a podcast with George, right? He was on the Conversations podcast, which I think that may be one of our best ones actually. Like it's saying about that just went right, you know. Um, I'm not saying I want all of our stuff to go 3 hours, but when things do go 3 hours, I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh, I'm dying. I need to drink like 10 cups of lemon water to get my
Yeah.
throat back on. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's getting there. It's going to be good. And I'm looking forward, mate, once this freaking thing ends and we can jam. Like, we teased it before, but we have some changes we want to test out for Movie Club, but we can't do that till we're in person. And
Yep.
we got some ideas for streams. We're going to build that PC on stream once we get there.
Yep. That's gonna be
Like,
really cool.
mate, I'm so keen to be doing this stuff now.
A couple of comments. I'm super excited. I really can't wait. I hope you guys at home are excited for that. That will be such a good day. Blame the coronavirus for ruining all the conversations plans, by the way. Rohit saying his internet can't handle YouTube and Discord at the same time. Ooh, but he goes, I'll still watch. I'm a true gamer. That is right. You are a true gamer there, Rohit, my man.
We do appreciate the view.
Uncle Noli, aka Hamid, is saying, Eddie, do ASMR eating. That could be fun. That could be fun.
Mate, don't. You're going to be one of those mukbang YouTubers.
Oh my god, no.
Oh,
no,
mate,
no.
that's a good point. We had that video and something messed up with it, got
Yeah.
corrupted. We could do another 50-50.
Yes.
There's all sorts. We got to react to my first video.
Oh yes, we do. Oh yes, we do. I
We
can't
got
wait for
content coming, and that's all private. None of you motherfuckers can find that until I make it up back to unlisted or something. So you're all there's nothing you can do, boys.
Victor says, Eddie, where did you get that trophy-looking cup from? This is actually official PlayStation Dice merch. PlayStation merch. I think I got this from Merchoid. It's a UK website, merchoid.co.uk. Or if you type in PlayStation Trophy Cup, you can find that as well somewhere.
Boys, there's tons of level ups on the Discord. Actually, this chat's freaking lit.
Yeah,
Look
this whole chat is really good for leveling up. Everyone's gonna get to Jedi Knight by the end of this stream.
That's it. That's it. No Cars Movie Club. Frick you.
Fuck cars. That's right.
So, what are we actually expecting to see? Do we think?
Well,
today,
apparently it's only 8 minutes of gameplay. Now, I understand that because this is a predominantly story game, so there's not much to show other than the story. So it's pretty.
I mean, we saw
keep it to a little.
We saw that stealth section where I think it was Joel, or no, maybe Ellie, where she jumps out the window and she could go on the roof and down, and the dogs were coming. So that was a good thing. I just think we are pretty close to the game releasing. Like, I don't know how much really we care to see gameplay when we're going to actually have the game in like a couple of weeks.
I think this is a problem of the delayed release date. So
yeah,
there was something that I wanted to bring up, and I'm going to bring this up on the True Gamer podcast. By the way, everyone can, after this is done, if you guys want to write in your thoughts to the True Gamer podcast, head over to Discord, head over to Patreon where I've put the thread. Write in. We want to hear about it. We'll probably record it tomorrow or the day after, something like that. You know, when we originally said, why did they delay it and why couldn't they just release it digital and stuff like that? Well, since then, they've come out with the Last of Us PlayStation edition, like the PlayStation 4 Pro and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think what it was is that they had a whole marketing strategy set up so they could obviously sell the console, sell the limited edition stuff and things like that. And I think that's the only reason why we didn't get it delayed. Sorry, we got it delayed, and they wouldn't release it digitally and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, and I think this is why they're doing this stream today, to keep the hype train going, to let it flow into the release date that's now been delayed. Otherwise, the game would have been out and we wouldn't have got this stream. We probably would have just got the previous one and that would have been enough. Because no one's saying, what's The Last of Us? No one is
Yeah.
saying that. So I think this is just because they were like, okay, the last one was so and so months ago. We have to put something in between. I don't think it'll be revolutionary. I think it'll be nice enough to keep our mouths wet. I think that's what it'll be.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, again, like The Last of Us, like I said with the gameplay, like I think they've made improvements. Like it looks like there's a lot more you can do, and the AI is more intelligent and stuff. But The Last of Us One, like I know it's a game, but there's almost no gameplay, and I absolutely love that game. But ultimately, there's four enemies,
Yeah.
and not much in the way of puzzle solving or any of that. It's all about playing through to get your cutscenes, hear your conversations with Ellie and background characters, interact with objects so that Ellie can say, "Oh wow, they had these." You know, that scene where she's like, "Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys and clothes and stuff." Like,
Yeah.
it's those little moments that you really play the game for. The gameplay itself, well, again, I absolutely love the game. It's there's not really a lot to it, you know.
Yeah.
The customization, you know, the leveling up, like what you level up and stuff with the pills and equipment and things, basic, man. There's like five options, not even that, you
Yeah.
know.
I agree.
Again, love the game, but it's in that sense relatively simple. So how much gameplay can we really see?
Yeah.
Can I ask, you know, you were saying about having the collector's edition.
Yes.
We both love Doom Eternal.
Yes,
I've
we do.
really enjoyed it. I would love to have got the collector's edition.
Yeah.
God damn, that helmet's so cool.
So
But
cool.
not having the collector's edition isn't like killing me. You know, it would be awesome to have that helmet. But so, and I know you do like to get your collector's editions. How are you feeling about that? Do you think you're going to look at it if it is a good, you know, if it is what it could be, and regret it? Because I don't regret not getting the Doom Eternal collector's edition. Doom Eternal's freaking awesome. You know,
Yeah, let me tell you, I do have that regret about other games. So,
like what? What's your top three
that's the
gaming
thing.
regrets?
My favorite game of all time, I've mentioned it before. My favorite game of all time now, currently, is God of War,
Yeah,
and I only have the standard, bog standard edition for that game.
not even the steel case.
Not even steel case, no special
Yeah.
edition, no fancy deal, nothing. Just a bog standard edition. And I every now and again go on eBay and I go and look for the Kratos statue or something like that, something to catch my eye, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I love this game so much. I want a piece of it to sit on my gamer wall I've got over here. You know, the with all the shelves and stuff like that. I want
Yeah.
something to be on there to represent who I am as a gamer and my interests as a gamer. And I don't have it. It does get to me. I don't know if I'll feel. It depends on the game. If the game really resonates with me, then I will feel like that. But there are other games that I don't give a crap about that I do have the. Well, not I don't give a crap about that I don't care as much as the God of War, and I have the
Sure.
collector's edition. Like, I have the Killzone 3 Hellgast collector's edition with the Killzone 3 head. I like that game. I don't love it. I don't ever
Yeah.
you don't hear me brag about it to people and go, "Oh my god, Killzone was the fucking shit." I say it was a great game. I liked it. You know, that was good. Cool. Move on. You know, that's good
Yeah.
enough. But
Yeah.
and I have that, and I don't think of it about it too much. You know, so it's an apples and oranges thing. It's like if it's a great game, I'll be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I missed out on a piece of history," because that's how I see it, a piece of history.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
I just want to quickly say in the Discord, I threatened to mute Dylan for a bad opinion, and then he came back with this fire and just roasted you. He said, if you want to mute anybody, you should mute Ed.
Oh,
Oof.
bastard.
Roasted.
Dylan,
Roasted.
you son of a bitch. By the way, D, you're 10 years old, right? That's what Dylan told us earlier. That's what Dylan was telling us earlier.
I love how it's now an insult. Wipe your ass or standing up. It's now an insult in the Discord. Mate, these Troy Bakers are insane.
I love Diogo. He's like, and he folds his toilet paper. Oh gosh, I can't believe that.
Mate, so good. This Discord is freaking crazy. Thank you everybody for liking the stream. We got 19 viewers and 25 likes. A tasty
Likes.
25 likes. But I swear you like eating the microphone. I know you got a munch before the stream, but gosh
Sorry.
dang.
I'll stay away from it. Sorry, it was Super Bleach that said that gave me the correct information that D is 10 years old. There we go.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Crumpling your toilet paper is the correct way.
Oh, shut up.
Standing crumplers, rise up. Oh, well, yeah, normally, just for anybody that's new, we would normally have stream comments up, but because of the risk of spoilers, and we don't want that on our channel or anywhere, to do with us, so we're trying to protect you as well as us from spoilers. So only our trusted bros
Yes.
in the Discord. So sorry about that. Normally things are better, but
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do because just crazy times we live in.
Uncle Nola is like, it's easy, just fold. Yeah, Super Bleach, I'm sorry about that, because literally every time Super Bleach does something cool, which is often, I come along and I'm like, yeah, D must have done it, or Ashton must have done it, or something like that. I always forget him.
Why do you hate Bleach?
That's what it is, I hate Bleach.
It is a shit anime, just so you know.
Get owned. Even a 10-year-old can be better AC2 than you. Oh, wow.
Bro here, mate. You guys use toilet paper?
Do you know what? let me get you on a level. Baby wipes, the best thing ever. Close case.
Mate, there's one wipe Charlie type things. Yeah, those are sick.
That's the way to go. I mean, we're talking about toilet paper here, so that's the argument. But in truth,
toilet cloth.
That's it right there.
Mate, just use your towel, innit? And wash it afterwards, innit?
Yeah, you're gonna put
reusable, recycling, innit? You care about the environment.
Exactly. You're gonna put it in the wash afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Why are you murdering trees to wipe your ass?
100% serious though. If you washed your, or say emergency happened, no toilet paper, nothing close by, you wipe your ass. Well, even if you wipe it with socks, can you wear those socks again afterwards?
Mate, do you know what? The problem with this chat is man's getting outed. Jay, level 2. You kidding me?
Hey,
Ridiculous.
Jay, come on, JB.
Wait, actually,
what's going on?
He didn't say anything. What the hell? That's right. I was trying to find his comment. I can't see him. He's written anything. He hasn't.
Yeah, what the
he
hell?
leveled up just doing nothing. That's how epic this chat is. Man's leveling up, doing nothing.
Without even doing anything.
I mean, I get to use the awesome GIF though, so should be on like a 5-minute countdown now, boys.
Hey, JB's there. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. He did post something, but the bot removed it. I never imagined The Last of Us not having a perfect marketing campaign. That was his message. There we go.
How do we feel about the marketing campaign so far?
It's not been. It's tough because the only thing that I've heard about it, and I'm in the game scene, like we both are. The only thing I've heard about it is just the spoilers and how the backlash is because they've copyrighted striked a bunch of channels. That's not a good rap.
I agree. It's funny, isn't it? Like the marketing for the game hasn't come from them.
Yeah,
it all came out. Right, it just all came out as spoilers or leaks and stuff, and they actually haven't done anything except kind of they showed us that little gameplay trailery thing, which looked like a good adventure. I actually think it looked good.
Yeah.
But that was too little, no real like marketing. We haven't really heard much about the game. And then, like you say, the only thing we've really heard from Naughty Dog is that they're taking channels down. Like it's not great from Naughty Dog's end.
It's not good.
But I really want this game to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like I so badly want it to be good. So bad.
Good news for those of you guys that hadn't heard about this. The review copies of The Last of Us have already gone out. People are playing them. Like there are YouTube channels as well that are playing them. I think I saw one of the guys post a tweet from Joe Raptor. Apparently he's playing it as well. The embargo for the game is up on the 12th of June, which is nearly a week before, which is a week actually before the game. I think it's 19th. Yeah. Anyway, a week before the game comes out. Usually that means that it's a good thing because it means they're confident in the game. Now like
the Jedi Fallen Order ones came out like a day before.
Yeah,
It was
that was
I mean, maybe there was a rush thing. At least some people experienced bugs. Not calling out anybody,
some
but
people. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really explain anything. I don't know what happened right there.
yeah, me neither. Mine was smooth and perfect. Um,
Yeah.
so I hope so, right? Like, I hope the problem is a lot. Do you trust any games journalists?
That's the thing. So I think I'm gonna bring this up on the True Gamer podcast, but I got a tweet from, and I actually think it was Super Bleach this time, so I might have actually got it right for once. Let me pull up my
I bet
mentions.
it wasn't. I bet this time it was D. You know?
No, he goes, okay, so who are these reviewers? They could easily be shills. If any reviewers confirm the leaks were true, Naughty Dog would blacklist them. And I'm like, you see, they wouldn't. You'd hope that a journalist would have like their integrity and they wouldn't lie.
Right.
But journalists are not known for having journalistic integrity,
I
ironically.
mean, especially right now, like the last say 5 odd years worth of, like, we had Gamergate less than 5 years ago. You know, most of these journalists are people that did journalism degrees, came into journalism because it was a job, and they're journalists who write
Yeah,
about games. You know, they're not gamers who are journalists. You know,
that's right.
it's got me worried. I could easily see a lot of them just being like, yeah, it's so great. It deals with so many issues, the issues of the day,
Yeah,
and how humans, blah, blah, blah. And then you get it, and it turns out that it's absolute garbage, you know, and the
yeah.
issues of the day are about dyeing your hair fucking in, you know, like, or whatever they're dealing with in The Last of Us, you know, whatever issue has presumably had Joel and Ellie grow apart being some crappy excuse to, I don't know, I there's a lot of ways you could write this very, very badly, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But there's so many ways you could write it amazingly.
The stream is about to start, everybody. I'm going to switch over to the watch along portion of the stream. I'm going to quickly grab a drink and then we're going to sync up and then we're going to get started, okay? I'll see you guys in a second.
Can they still hear us, or Bev, can you hear me? They went and got a drink. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. Generally speaking, we will try not to speak when important stuff is happening. So we'll try not to speak over any dialogue in the game. But if it's like a random like announcer just saying, "Oh, and we're really excited," yeah, we'll talk over that. Frick that guy. No one really cares. It's a watch along. You guys want to hang with us? Sheps, we can hear you. I know you can hear me. That's why I'm talking to you. Shit, kidding me? You kidding me? I've been Bleach. You're not even 19. You guys are in your ridiculous children. You're basically all sperm. Shut the frick up, you noob. No, frick you. Frick you. I'll ban you from. Actually, I'm not even the owner of this Discord, am I? Wow. Okay, you're all getting muted. Frick you. I'm muting these fools. Ed, you there? You there? Are you there? Let me know when you're here. Can you hear me? Right. Everybody in the Discord's getting muted. We're shutting this channel down.
Sorry, say that again, bro.
Everyone's getting muted. We're just gonna watch the stream like legends ourselves. Frick 'em. Frick 'em.
Okay, the audio is set good. I think this is going to be great, guys. I'm hiding the chat. Okay, bro, I'm going to try and sync it with you. I'm going to read out my numbers here. 104,
right.
103, 102,
I'm ahead of you, man.
101. All right, pause yours for a sec. How far ahead?
I'm at 1 minute dead.
Okay, I'm at 55, 54, 53, 52. Read out your numbers as well. 51,
okay. 52, 51. Yeah, you're a few ahead.
Go on, keep counting.
Pause it real quick.
Keep counting, keep counting.
All right, 47, 46,
okay, you
45.
stopped. All right,
what?
Pause yours for 1 second, then put it back.
40,
40,
39,
49,
38,
30, 37, 36, 35, 34. What? No, read your numbers out for me.
Well, hold on, while you're reading, I'm trying to...
Read your numbers.
28, 27, 26, 25, 24,
okay.
23, 22, 21, 20.
Cool, we're on
19.
perfect. That's it. Perfect cool. Right there. We're done.
we both stopped trying to listen to what the other one was saying, and then it got ahead of it. Oh, we're so pro.
Everyone in the chat is like, oh my god, you guys are so dumb.
We can't even...
We're synced right now. Okay.
We cannot even sync timing up. That's how good we are. Good. Mate. Boys, just so you know, in the Discord, too many people are leveling up, so we'll just like leave the power messages for now.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Okie doke.
Blood and gore, intense violence, nudity. I like all of these things.
Yeah, these are a few of my favorite things.
Favorite things.
I know you wish things were different.
Let me know about the volume, guys.
Yeah, how's the game audio?
I wish things were different. Ellie!
It's cute. It looks like she learned guitar from him.
Please stop.
I feel like this is what we saw.
Yeah, there's snippets of what we've seen already, but we'll see what goes on.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
I want what you want. But not at any cost.
They better show us something new.
I hope so.
I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
They said 8 minutes, right?
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Okay.
Alright.
Thanks for showing us the trailer we've already seen.
Yeah, that's a good way to take up a few minutes, right?
I'm Neil Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director of The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The
Okay,
wait
looks
has
like
been
we're gonna
long,
see some new
and we're
stuff.
extremely grateful for your patience,
That war.
especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times.
That
We
horse's
hope you're all
toes must
taking
be
care of
freezing.
yourselves
Isn't it?
and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well. Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before.
What's that?
Boys, how's the game audio on our version of the
Over the
stream?
next 20
What's
minutes
that?
or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what
20
awaits you in The
minutes?
Last of Us Part 2,
Okay.
including new
All right.
details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence.
I'm
You'll
interested.
definitely want to stick around
Okay.
for that.
I thought it was only going to be 8 minutes. This is fantastic. We got some more, lads.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away.
Oh, you were right, bruv.
They were actually going to make a cure.
Oh,
The only catch.
You were right. You called it.
yeah.
It would kill her.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game.
Yeah.
Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate our kiss from last night?
Is that a split?
14. Yeah, I think it is. They
However,
managed to find weed in
This
this term.
peace
Right.
is short-lived. Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event. Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution and justice.
I'm down for a revenge
Her journey will
story.
take her to new
Yeah.
parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us.
It looks good, man. It looks full.
It looks
The story
good.
spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the
Like
lush Pacific Northwest.
So far, I'm hearing stuff I like.
Each introduces
Yeah.
a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible.
He said the word grounded.
Yep. Grounded, lads. Confirmed.
Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats.
The exploration is going to be so great.
Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps,
it's less linear.
she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or swing over obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives.
I heard that she has a dedicated jump button. They're like breaking new ground here, you
also
know?
create new strategic
Bringing gaming into the future.
Whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
See, it looks like there's way more gameplay to this game now.
The Last of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created. Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains.
It looks almost open world
Some
now.
streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them.
Oh, that's sick.
However,
I'm
the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is
We
deadly.
need to know about the story.
As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face
Oh yeah,
the
I
many
don't want to know
threats of
about it
this
now,
unknown
but
city. In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of the quarantine zone, Seattle has become a war zone, where two warring factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory.
There's at least one more enemy type.
There you go. You got what you wanted.
One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle, and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well-equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on sight.
Hey, we got another trespasser. A girl. Did you see her?
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a group of religious zealots called the Seraphites, or Scars, defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces.
They are fucking weird.
Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clip her wings.
Clip her wings?
What does that mean?
They're gonna chop off her arms.
Oh,
Jesus!
Among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present. Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected.
Here we go.
They are the recently infected runners, who are more numerous and aggressive in this game.
Oh, they have human faces this time.
The blind
runners
but extremely deadly.
Oh, sorry, they did. Sorry, I only
And
thought
the stalkers,
stalkers. That's
who
what
sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence.
Okay, so
The Last
that's
of Us
good.
Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns
So
its
we got
victims.
more enemy types.
But
And
our
we've
most
already seen the
terrifying
bloater.
and lethal
You
new
got what
forms
you
of
needed, bro.
infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
There's something more.
Right. Overcoming these threats will require careful
gonna be
consideration
Gravemind.
of how you approach every combat encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage.
Oh, the dog detected her. That's cool.
Yeah. That's
The
a really cool
WLF
mechanic.
patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs,
Although this is
which
a
are capable of
CG thing.
detecting and following you, even while in cover.
You think this guy's connected to the
They can pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence. Listen mode will reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection.
I really like that. I really like that.
25 years after the pandemic began, the world is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from
nailed
enemies
that,
and
dude.
go prone
Yeah.
to stay out of
Don't
sight.
go into the long
However,
grass.
this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass.
Ooh, that's
That's
good.
good.
When Ellie is
It's more
overwhelmed,
realistic.
running away is a viable option.
It's more gameplay.
You can also
Yeah.
break class or
we
crawl through
said-
tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies. She can sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create opportunities to counterattack.
That guy got fucked.
You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow.
That was my favorite technique in the
using
first
them
one.
as a shield to protect yourself or buy some
So you
time
can
to
shoot them
figure
in
out
different
the
body
next move.
parts. That's awesome.
And they react differently. That's quite cool.
Yeah,
Oh, in the
that's really
kidneys.
cool.
This is good. This is good.
Ellie isn't always alone on her journey. Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
It's looking good so far.
Isn't it?
I'm looking there's multiple different allies as well. That's cool. I wonder if you get to choose them. That would be cool as well.
That would be cool, yeah. Got murked, bro.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other.
Perfect. I was just gonna say,
Oh, here we go.
if you can lure like the clickers
Flee as
in.
they
to-
fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out
Here we
and
go.
engage with whomever's left.
That's the strat for sure.
Oh, that's cool. That is a cool mechanic.
Yep.
It's been done before, but I like it because these guys have made it quite terrifying and cinematic as well, right here.
And it fits. It fits with the world. Like
Yeah.
look, everything's been done before. Yeah, she has a jump button. That's new,
Our goal
right?
is to create unparalleled
But it's
attention,
new to the
coupled
game.
with deep systems that give you greater control
Beautiful.
and influence over your journey.
Can read magazines. I like it.
As
I
you
like
play, you'll be able to invest in a broad
That was a big
collection
part
of
in the
crafting
first one as
items,
well. That's how we
weapon, and player upgrades
learned about the
through
world.
training manuals scattered throughout the environment and scavenging for ingredients.
It's a guns
These
magazine,
skills and
so it'll
upgrade
help you
manuals
upgrade
cater
your
to a
gun.
variety of playstyles,
That's
and the
cool.
choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons with
Also, I
our
love
new
this.
workbench
This
system.
table looks great.
That looks. I love.
Scavenge
this.
for parts.
It's obviously got the
modify
lecky
and
working. Look
improve
at
your
that
weapon's
extension
performance
cord.
and attributes, all of which are visualized
Oh,
and become part of your
Jesus.
character.
Nice tat you got there, Ellie. I wonder how if it affects the stats of the weapon or just whether or not you know how you're able to use it.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot
Survival
more in
will
terms
also
of
require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items.
But can we
like
pet the
proximity
dog?
mines,
That's the real question.
explosive
Good
arrows,
question.
pistol suppressors, and more.
Ooh, suppressors, nice. That's a huge one for this.
Yeah.
Like that's the number one thing I'm doing once I get a gat in the zombie apocalypse. Suppressor. Come on, think about it.
Is it going to be a realistic suppressor though? Because a lot
Make it
of people
from an
think
oil
it's
can.
silent, but it still makes the loud clack noise when you pull back.
Well, she just used an
All of these gameplay
explosive
systems
bow,
are
like
meant to immerse you in the
Explosive tip.
world
Damn right.
and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey.
Here we go.
I love the music, man.
So good.
We're nearly at tasty 30 likes. Thank you, boys.
As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only
Largest.
scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh,
We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself on June 19th. Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay.
here we go. All right, lads. Diogo,
Show me
you
what we
finally
got.
get what you want.
Oh, we can swim. Good.
All right, good stuff. It must be really hard to swim with that backpack.
Imagine having to record these sounds though.
In it.
You're right.
Did you find her yet?
Oh shit.
We're searching the area, just in case she's still around.
Isaac's not happy about it.
Oh, Isaac's not happy.
Oh, God
This is the thing as well. Like, at least in the first game, in The Last of Us, you're not rewarded for combat. right?
Yeah.
So, oh, we can go. Oh, nice.
The water, nice.
So I'm wondering if that's still the case. Like, will there be XP or not? You know.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen anything that would be XP related.
it doesn't look like it, which is kind of good because apart from the necessary fight scenes, at least in the first one anyway, you want to avoid. No, don't be doing that with a backpack. You're gonna get caught and drowned.
That's the worst, right? But yeah, I know what you mean. You're supposed to avoid conflict because it's the apocalypse, bro. Anything can kill you any moment.
Plus, you got like 6 bullets, you know,
Yeah.
and 2 arrows. Like, you don't want to shoot a guy with an arrow, break the arrow, and you know, like.
This person is the deafest person in the world,
Mate.
Slice. Oh, she's got headphones in. Okay, that makes sense.
Hands up.
It's a PSP.
You know a girl
Oh
named
shit!
Sick.
It's a PSP. No, I think it's a PSV actually.
Oh.
We're in the hospital.
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
Hey, blood. She was gonna stab you. I say kill her. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Give her a tracheotomy. Give her one of them. Oh man, that's visceral. I like it. I like it.
Should have choked her out, man.
Yeah. But she might have liked that. You never know.
Oh, see if we could play the game.
Please play the
come
game.
on, pick the Vita up.
Please.
Come on.
Oh, she went
Wow,
to the
what a
guns.
missed opportunity.
Come on.
It does look really good.
Word is we're almost wrapped up.
Good.
Yeah, Cobra, the squirming was something, man. That was. Oh.
They put you with Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing
Oh, man.
freaks.
It definitely feels like there's much more game to this game. Ooh.
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
So it's not super realistic.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Not after
There's
what
only
went
so
down
much
last
realism
time.
though. Like, you can reload
Even Isaac
one
isn't that
bullet
crazy.
with a fresh magazine, you know?
Yeah.
I heard.
End of the day, it's got to be a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Murk this fool. Murk this fool.
Shut up, bitch. Calm down.
Oh, I love it. He's
I'm
bargaining.
hoping as
Oh,
well. He went for an attack. That's sick.
yeah. I guess after a while, he'll fight back. He won't fucking stand for it.
Right.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I hope that if you don't move the body to the right place, that, you know, obviously it's
He'll get
Big
spotted,
deal.
innit?
yeah. Oh, just leave a machete lying around. Oh, it's not. a
Oh,
machete.
shit, just piece of wood. Could you
Yeah, I
imagine?
was gonna say. Like, whoa.
Make a Molotov, make a bet with
Stealth. I mean, making stuff's way quicker.
yeah.
Someone's out there.
And look, she put away a lit Molotov. You know, it's
Yeah,
still a
that's how
video
it
game.
works. That's how it works. pick up the stuff. Oh my god. Oh, the dog's on fire! No!
Mate. Oh no, the dog.
And it's
Pain
squealing.
sounds.
Oh,
So bad. I hope we can pet a dog in this game to make me feel better.
I hope so too.
You know?
There has to be, right? At their own camp, like at the friendly camp.
Right. Like, just the amount of levels and the variety of scenes, you know, like scenery in this one engagement has me really. I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it a lot.
I know what you mean, bruv. It really feels good so far.
I think the thing is, like, we don't. Obviously, I'm not expecting to know about the story, but from what I'm seeing from the game,
Just like
I
that.
feel like I want to pre-order it now.
That's the thing. It feels like Last of Us, right? It feels like a continuation on the epic story that we know.
But like, obviously, I don't know the
We don't know
spoilers,
the
and we
story.
don't know how legit they are.
Yeah.
Like, it could still be like the story, the bit that really matters, could really suck.
I tell you what. Don't pre-order it. Wait for what I say. And if it is good, then you have to promise to do nothing else and play this game non-stop until you finish it, so we can talk about it.
Straight away. I'm actually cleaning. I'm about to. We were talking about it before. I'm gonna. Oh, Merc.
And stab.
Oh, look. She called out what was going on.
Oh Oh shit!
She called out the smoke. Yeah, and called people to it. That's so much better. Dude, that's sick.
This is really good.
I found her!
Not this guy.
Oh! Oh! And you know those blades coming out the back would hurt.
Right. Like, you know, the strategy in the first game was, you know, throw an object at their face and then take them out.
Oh!
Push.
No, that's not gonna work. Woo!
Mate, she's a laser beam.
Yeah. Come on.
I wonder why she's not, like, looting people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess it's a small cutscene.
And I guess it's more cinematic as well when you don't do that.
Find another way off!
Cover-based shooting does look nice, that's right, yeah.
The question is, are these same enemies going to try and find her? You know, are they going to come right back around?
That would be cool.
It would be sick.
Like, they don't just give up after, like, 5 minutes.
Right. Until you leave a given area, right?
Yeah.
Or they're on guard, like you need to be 3 times more stealthy or they'll notice you. That would be cool. Oh no, not through the fence. I guess I know what a microwave dinner feels like. Look how high you are. No. It's been like 15 years with no maintenance. You're gonna drop to.
Shit, there's tons of people, man.
You're gonna
What's
tell
up?
us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this,
I'm getting tired of this.
We're listening to their conversation.
Nora.
Yeah.
I'm not going down
Nora?
with her, man.
Oh, yeah.
What, as in our Nora?
Hold on.
What?
What's going on?
What?
That could be something.
Nah.
You are going to be seen. There you go.
What?
It's just got really interesting. Pick up the duct tape.
Right.
God damn it.
What are you doing?
This whole gameplay just
See,
got
this
really
is how you know the game sucks, because if this person isn't in fear for not picking up everything. Oh, it is.
Put that shit
It
down.
is.
It is. Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
You remember me?
Shit.
Yeah. You remember me.
Oh, boy, that was a good tease. Oh, boy.
Do you know what I think? I'm I don't know. Do you know?
Speak your mind,
I might
bro.
wait.
Speak your heart.
I might make you. I might wait a day or two. Tell me how you feel, and then I'll probably just Amazon it or something. Yeah, I feel like I want it. I feel like I want it. Boys, let me know in the chat what are we saying.
Do you want to know something? You could. I was gonna say. Oh, okay. Let's kick it into the post show, and then we'll do a whole thing, and then we might clip that ending right there.
Yeah, let's do it.
But we
Let's do it.
just got done watching that. Let's tab out of that, and here we are, boys. We are in the post show discussion. Okay. All right. Let's. Woo, boy. Let me just set something up right here, and then we'll talk right into this.
Guys, normally I just want to let you all know we would normally have the stream chat up so everybody can talk, but obviously the spoilers for this game has been a big deal, so we have the stream chat disabled. We're using our Discord, and all the boys there are talking to us on our Discord. Hopefully, you know, to avoid spoilers. So that, bruv, I gotta say, like, quote unquote first impressions, I feel good about it, and I don't know what the spoilers are, obviously.
Right. Oh man.
The thing is, there's been so much chatter about it. The underlying story could still suck. You know,
It's true.
like I'm sure there are plenty of games like with incredible gameplay and story, between story moments, and then you get to story and it's just underwhelming, you know. But I gotta say, it looks good. It looks like they've just gone The Last of Us and added actual gameplay to it. The first game didn't really have any.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Okay.
Mate.
All right. So let's get into this post show discussion. Again, we might clip this out and put it up as a YouTube video by itself, dedicated. So let's practice it. Let's do it that way. Okay. I'm gonna do a whole little intro here. All right, guys.
Cool.
What's happening, everybody, and welcome to Combroplations. We just got done watching The Last of Us Part 2, the final gameplay reveal here just before the launch of the game on the 19th of June. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. Mate, I'm really kind of keen now.
Yeah, so
That
we...
looked-
Oh, God, there was so much to talk about there. Prior to going into this, we were trying to temper our expectations so we don't get hurt because of the we don't know the spoilers, but there's been bad words going out there we don't know, and then we just watched this gameplay. How do you feel about this reveal right here, this gameplay reveal right here, bro?
So the first game, I know it's a hot take, but it had almost no gameplay, right? There's 4 enemy types. They do almost nothing. There's almost no puzzles. The stealth's meh. I love the game, but in terms of the gameplay, not really much there. It's all about the story, right? Getting
Yeah, the big draws the story right there.
Right, and the relationship between Joel and Ellie. And in this, that's one thing we didn't really see anything of. I'm in it for the relationship between Joel and Ellie. I'm not in it for Ellie. I'm in it for them too, for their relationship and see how it develops. So actually, that's kind of a worry. But gameplay wise, we know we got a ton more of infected enemy types. We got stealthing ones. We got different variations on the bloaters and stuff like that. So that looks really good. Different enemies, not just two, not just enemy types with different weapons and different clothing, right? But they said the scars, was it? The religious dudes, they're more stealth than bows and knives and stuff, and the other guys are more military with guns and stuff. So that presumes that we would have different style of play. There's gameplay wise, it looks really good. I love the level designs. There's way more, and in terms of like literal levels, like getting up on roofs and down and climbing over things, cover, using the grass and stuff, which I know we've seen before, but actually seeing it play out, and again more recently, and it's something we haven't seen before. It looks good. I like the look of it, and they've said it's also their biggest game ever, which should be, I don't know. Do we have any idea how long it's going to be?
We don't know, actually. Someone said, no, that was Ghost. No, we don't have any idea of how long it's going to be. There are people out there that have beat the game already. However, I'm sure that they're like start to finish. It's the biggest game. It would be the biggest game, right, to come out this year.
Yeah.
Based on the pedigree of the previous game, so they probably just mainlined it straight. Go.
That's the thing. I was going to say, apparently, is it Skyrim? It's only like a 7-hour game or something if you just do the main quest. And who does just the main quest? Like, come on. This is the thing, okay? I'll say this especially about The Last of Us. If you just mainline it, you are missing out on most of the game, right? At least for the first one, where a ton of that relationship between Joel and Ellie happens as you investigate stuff and interact with random shit, and as Ellie walks past something and says, "Hey, did they really do that in this thing? Okay, what was this?" And Joel has to explain it's a movie and what is a movie and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that builds a relationship. And I understand that Ellie's an adult now, right? And clearly people have advanced a little bit. Like people are playing PS Vitas and there's electricity. It's a regular thing. Still, I don't know. Like if beating the game isn't that big a deal, I bet you can beat God of War just mainlining it pretty quickly, actually.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Relatively speaking.
So my thoughts on this trailer right here, this gameplay reveal, I should say, right here. I really dig it. Like you said, the gameplay and whatnot, there are multiple more enemy types. The cover-based system does look really, really cool. It looks like it's been refined and done very well. The weapons look really cool. There's a lot more variations on them now. You could do silenced, you can do unsilenced.
Yeah.
You can improve accuracies and things like that by picking up gun scopes magazines and scopes as well and stuff like that as you find in the world and stuff like that.
That was a nice touch as well. Like not just you spend points in accuracy, but actually you find something and it gives you points that are gun related because it's a gun magazine. That makes sense.
We brought up the point that do you reckon there's like an XP system? I think there won't be, and they'll favor this type of system, which I think is way better.
Me too.
It looked all fantastic. That was all cool. And I felt genuinely like scared at some points. I was like, oh my God, she's going to get killed right here. This is so tough right here. I'm going to be shitting myself playing this. And the types of like executions, the types of killing, the reactions that the enemies gave based on her actions, like the smoke bombs, like you said, like she calls out that there's been a smoke bomb activated, that she's coming from this side. It's so cool and so immersive. Based on that story, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, it's 7 years later, and no one's shocked that there's more to do and more happening, right? But and it's made on PS4 architecture. Ultimately,
Yeah.
The Last of Us was made for the PS3, so that had difficulties as well.
Yeah. So we didn't get too much story in this. We didn't get a
No.
lot because obviously that's the whole point of the whole point of the game, that there's going to be a ton of story. They probably don't want to reveal much of that. At the very, very, very end, we got the name Nora. And we got to see her in the final shot right there, and Ellie was very, very pissed about her. Nora, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've played, is the little girl from the Left Behind DLC, right?
Yep.
This the girl that she fell in love with almost as an innocent child. Anyway, oh shit, Jack! Bloody hell! Okay, Jack, thank you for that donation of £48. That was.
Excuse me.
Jack, thank you so much for that. That kind of.
Do me a favor, DM me and let me know if that was like if you missed like a 40.
It was 48 pence. That's what you meant to do.
Yeah. Like if you frick that up, DM me. Let me know. We'll
sort
get that back to you. Yeah.
But just to
What a legend.
Nora is the who is sorry the guy saying that Nora isn't. That's not Nora.
I'm pretty sure.
Who was Nora then? Because I thought that's who that was.
I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, I haven't played it in a while.
Write it down in the chat because that's who I thought it was. Maybe I was just because it was I thought that was who she was when she was growing up.
Yeah,
Watch Nora be Riley's sister. could be right there. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm super interested. Honestly, oh man, the gameplay looked fantastic enough to pull me in, and it did something to you, didn't it? Like as you said before, you didn't want to pre-order this game.
I think I'm still gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for you to get a day or two in and tell me if you absolutely like. If you don't in that time hate it, I think I'm gonna pre-order it. My question actually is for you, and for the record, I don't think you should change.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about not getting the collector's edition? Having seen that, I think you're doing the right thing. I think you shouldn't personally, but I want to know how you're feeling because I'm trying to rub salt in the wound because I don't like you.
Yeah, fuck. Thanks, bro. You're such a true bro right there.
Right.
For those of you guys that don't know, I downgraded from my Ellie edition to the standard edition based on the unease that was going around in the community and whatnot. I do feel a little bit worse. I'm not gonna lie. There is this nagging feeling in the back of my head now.
I want to find the price of it.
It's something like £160, something like that. So it's a decent amount of money. Oh, good.
Do you know what? Based on that, and if the lockdown wasn't in full swing and we were both like working normal amounts, I would not be too against you doing it. But I know that everybody's work's cut at the minute.
Yeah.
I think given this time, because there is a zombie apocalypse happening for real, that I think you're doing the right thing. Don't change it. But
it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Oh, okay.
And now I'm regretting just doing a ghost specific channel now.
Oh boy, this could be interesting. Guys, let us know in the chat what you think about this, what you thought about this stream rather. Give us your honest opinions, how you felt before, how you feel now, and we'll read them out. We've got our Discord channel open right here. Pre-order Valhalla. That's what Rohit's saying. There we go.
Just quickly for anybody that's just joined and isn't already subscribed, obviously, welcome to the channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing and all that stuff. We do normally have the stream chat up, but because of the spoilers and stuff related to this game, we're not doing that. We're just letting our bros that we've known for a good while on our Discord, we're just talking with them. Normally we would do this stuff. So for the next announcement in the Summer Games Fest, chat will be up. We'll be chatting about whatever the frick gets announced. In fact, isn't there something we need to talk about there's a PlayStation thing?
Yes, so we're going to mention this as well on the True Gamer podcast, which will probably post Saturday, noonish and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's rumors going around by Jason Schreier that the next PlayStation event is going to be the 3rd of June. Previously, it was the 4th of June. There was another rumor that said that that's been pushed back, but now we've got another rumor from Jason Schreier himself. He doesn't usually talk like this unless he's confident about something. And he's being paid by bigwigs over at Bloomberg right now, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
got to be true. He's saying the 3rd of June, and then but we're not going to get all the information. Apparently, we're going to get some good stuff then, and then more events scattered out afterwards. But that's when it's really going to start flowing PlayStation. I'm
I
interested
just
to see
want
what
to
happens.
quickly say that these freaking dickheads in the Discord, they're going, The Last of Us 3, Corona Edition, The Last of Us 4, STD's Revenge, The Last of Us 5, The More of Us. You
The more
freaking
of
weirdos.
us.
Right? Let's read some comments. D says, honestly, I'm not impressed. The gameplay looks interesting, but since I already read the leaks, I kind of ruined it for myself. Okay, D,
So-
without sharing the leaks, do you feel that from what we saw, the leaks can still be true and everybody can still be upset despite the combat and stuff looking good?
This is the thing. This is going to be a good case study. I'm going to. This is what we should do, and I think you'll agree with this. I think we should do this. We're going to play the game, whether you borrow my edition or whatever it is or something like that, or whether you get yours, however it turns out to be. And then afterwards, we're going to go back and we're going to find these leaks. And D, you can be the one that verifies that these are the leaks that you saw. So, because there could be people that pop up afterwards and give up bullshit and stuff like that. And we want to see, compare and contrast, because it's very possible that these people who are leaking are just being cunts, they're being trolls, they're doing whatever they want. It's possible that they've seen something completely out of context, they're making their own thing up, or these could be completely true, and either people are blowing it out of proportion, or these are completely true and people should rightfully be worried about them. There's so many possibilities. So I'm, as well as wanting to play the game, as well as wanting to see what the gameplay is like, the story is like, I really want to see what happened with these leaks and why they're so prominent and why so many people are worried about shit, It's gonna be quite interesting. I think we should do a video afterwards as well.
Yeah, like, can you trust leaks? I mean, look, we've done plenty of news on leaks, and a lot of the time you can't trust them.
Yeah,
a lot of times rumors have 1/10 of the story, but there is some of the story. There's a lot to it, and I just don't know. Like, especially because this guy was apparently an employee, and then it turned out that someone had hacked an old version of the game that let them into servers and stuff. Like, well, who is it? We don't know, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions. So it's a strange one. I think. Well, I don't know. I'm interested. D says it's looking like a Game of Thrones season 8 situation, from what I've seen. Jesus, that's so depressing. That's so depressing. There's a lot of people saying they're looking forward to Horizon 2 Dawn, though. Horizon 1 Dawn, whatever you'd call it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a sec. Hamid, don't tell me you got spoiled. Well, how did that happen, man? It's not in our chat for sure, but he says he got spoiled.
He says some of the leaks are fake. That's a proper example. This isn't an RPG. Epic. I got spoiled.
Victor saying I believe it when I see. Yeah, I think he got just spoiled right now. The Great Gamer says I got spoiled one major plot point.
The thing is, again, look, seriously, no one. We're just talking about them in general. We're not doing spoilers. We don't do that here. But like, again, so for example, the Great Gamer saying he got spoiled for one major plot point.
Yeah.
He thinks. We think.
True.
Maybe. Right? Like, we've covered a ton of leaks. Like, even ones that were verified. Like, the PS5 stuff, right? We got a leak on a post-bin post. Yes. And it said some very specific stuff that we were like, it's probably bullshit when we covered it. But they said some very specific things like 8K and stuff. And then the next thing we heard from Sony, they dropped that exact same phrasing. And it turned out the guy was right on a lot of stuff, but he gave release titles, like GTA 6 would be a release title. We know that's not true. Yeah. There's all sorts of things. And so despite the fact that this guy was spot on for so much, he also had a ton of just crap in there. He could have made it up and just hit it on the nose, right, accidentally. But
Hamid says, well, it was a cunt in my private group with a couple of mates, and I opened the group and it was all spoilers. Oh shit! So your mates did this? Jesus, man, that's a fucking dick thing to do.
No,
a real dick
really
thing to
sucks.
do.
We're trying really hard not to do it, and unfortunately that's meant that some of us, like our mods and stuff, have had it spoiled. I really hope the guys that have had it spoiled aren't enormous, like absolutely enormous fans. This didn't ruin their day. But like, this is the sort of thing where, like, do you remember Harry Potter number 5, I think it was, came out, and people were flipping through pages. They found the bit where there was a character death, and they run down the line saying so and so dies, so and so dies. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
For some of these people, these books are really serious things. Like it's a really important thing to them. Same with these games. Like some people are really genuinely looking forward to this, and it's like, I mean, this look, dude, gaming's the biggest entertainment genre in the world,
Yeah.
right? It's bigger than movies. I mean, maybe music, maybe, but like this stuff is a great way to spend your time. And for some people, it's more important than that. For some people, like a good game is all they really have to look forward to. You know, maybe they've got like a job that they hate and shit like that. Like, frick, ruining stuff like that. Also,
Yeah,
like,
it's not fair.
the thing is, the real thing about the spoilers is what do you get out of it? You
Yeah.
come somewhere random, you drop spoilers, you leave. Like you don't, these guys aren't getting to even like if you were a salt farmer, if you were enjoying it and stuff, like but you don't. You get banned instantly and you can't even reap the rewards. You just all you did was put negativity out into the universe. It sucks.
Some
I'm all
people
for
are
negativity. I'll chat shit forever, but like be involved in it.
Yeah, some people are just, they thrive on it. And I really, like when you see an insane person, you're like, I don't understand what went through your mind. When you see Florida Man, for example, you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell went through your mind? It's like that. I just don't get it. I just, go on. Did you want to say something just before I read something?
Nah, I was you hit on the head and I was.
It's crazy. It's just insane. Jack, by the way, thank you so much for that donation, £48. It really, you helping us a ton towards this streaming PC. That's a huge milestone. I think we was at £200 and now we're at like 250 easily. Thank you so much. That's fucking amazing. He goes,
Jack, dear me, I just want to check that you didn't mess up.
Yeah,
which is
double
fine.
check,
Like
double
I
check.
super appreciate it if it isn't, but and privately, like if something happened, if it's meant to be £4.80, hit me up. Let me know.
Let us know. It says, hope you're all enjoying the stream. It's taking an immense amount of willpower for me to stay away from anything to do with this game, so he doesn't want to obviously watch anything. Now we're in the final month before release. Enjoy more gamer PC funds. I do believe that's around about 50%. Yes, I think that is around about 50% now. Thank you, bro, so much for that. Just so you guys know as well, we don't have any plans allotted for the next Patreon month, so all that's going to go into it as well. So we're going to get even closer in like 5 days' time. So this is going to be even better. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm also looking forward to. See, this is the problem: is either one of us could just get all the stuff and build it, right?
Yeah.
But that's no fun. I want to do the. But we do need. Shit. We do need to get it up soon, though. How's your laptop handling like these streams and stuff now?
It's been given kind of a new lease on life. It's like you know when you have an accident in your car and you like dent the bumper and you're like, all right, let me pop the bumper back out. Oh, there's like creases in it and there's like a paint flaking off.
I've been there.
It will do for now. It will do for now. That's the kind of thing. And like you top up the oil on the engine, but you're like, this thing has maybe 1,000 miles left in it, and then it's gone. That's kind of what my laptop is now. It's the dust helped out. This makeshift aircon has helped out. The new aircon is probably going to help out a little bit as well, but we're pushing it to the limit. We're really pushing it to the limit at the moment. And
Dee made a good point. Actually, he said we should have turned off the donations or the donation message because somebody could drop a penny or something. And
ooh boy, that's a good point. Okay, let me I will put that. What I'll do actually. So this Streambox alert was actually behind your face. I'm gonna put it behind your face again, and just the top part of it will show.
The robot doesn't read stuff out. You know.
Yeah, I've turned off the audio for it as well. That's
cool. Yeah, man. Like I'm kind of feeling good about it, but the problem is again, and I said it when it was happening. We don't know anything about the story, and having amazing gameplay, and it did look pretty good. But like The Last of Us had amazing story, and the gameplay was to get you between those story sections, right?
Yeah.
Having amazing gameplay and then no game sections is the wrong way around to do it, and it could absolutely be that way, or worse, bad story.
Yeah.
Like no story where it's just a bit thin and stuff, that would suck. Bad story, that would destroy the game. That would destroy the franchise. I honestly think that would destroy Naughty Dog's reputation.
Yeah. God, man, this is so tough. I've never felt so conflicted about a game in my life. And
mate, I swear to God, if this is like, Ellie wanted to go to clown college, right? But her girlfriend gets murdered, and she it could be so bad. It could just be freaking garbo.
Do you know what I honestly thought it was Nora was that chick from the Left Behind DLC. That's what I thought it was. I'm guessing because I think she's black. The little girl's black there. And when I saw this girl, I was like, oh, that's her. That's what my mind went. If anyone has figured it out, let me know in the chat and we'll settle this out. But I immediately thought, oh my god, that's such a cool story. Like the girl that essentially she formed the first, not love, but it's child love bond.
Yeah, like
turns
puppy love
back
kind
on
of thing.
her and is fighting with
Right.
the enemy. That's gonna be such a cool story.
Right. I mean,
I maybe blew it up in my mind when I did that, but so there you go.
I thought it was her as well,
Yeah.
but maybe we're wrong. Maybe saying that it's a character that we meet in this game and we don't know anything about her. But I thought that was her. Whatever, it's not a huge deal. But
The girl is Riley. Hold on a sec. People are saying Riley died. Did she die in the Left Behind DLC?
I don't remember it, man. I played it. I haven't even played it on the remaster.
It's been so fucking long, right?
Yeah.
The Last of Us, Riley. Let's see. Riley Abel.
We trust Neil Cuckman.
During the earliest... I got to put my glasses on to read this. I can't just do
Yeah,
that.
see, this is the thing, right? People are saying, look, we trust Neil Druckmann. He wrote The Last of Us and Uncharted 4. Two amazing games. That doesn't mean he can't write a turd next,
Yeah.
you know?
Everyone can fuck up. Everyone can fuck up. Oh, God, I wish we could give it... So what's her status? Deceased? Alive? I don't know. You could became best friends.
Yeah, the DLC was good. I don't remember it at all, but it, you know, like
It was nice and short. But what I said to you, I think I mentioned to you in another podcast and whatnot. It was very touching and it was very realistic. It was like the very first love that she's ever discovered, and it's done so innocently. She doesn't understand what's going on, but you, as a grown up, know what's going on. You're like, wow. That is really innocent, and it's never been done. It was like,
it
cool.
felt like, you know, when Joel gets hurt and Ellie's looking after him in the winter for that like section.
Yes,
it was kind of like that, you know.
Mm.
But just it's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Super Bleach said in response to everybody can frick up, everybody except CDPR, Cyberpunk for life. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Currently, I think Cyberpunk's game of the year by a pretty long way, and I think my number 2 is likely to be Ghost of Tsushima. I think is my number 2. That's why I made the next channel, you know, the other channel for, well, not just that, but other reasons. But I think it's going to be the second best game in the year. That said, you know, I would love for the top 3 to be Ghost, The Last of Us 2, and Cyberpunk, right? Or maybe Valhalla. Like, I hope Valhalla's great.
I hope so too.
I want this to be great.
Yeah.
I just think Ghost's going to be better. I think they... God damn it, I want to be wrong on that so bad. I really want this to be the second best game of the year.
Could you imagine that this year we get... this is the best case scenario, the dream scenario, right? We get The Last of Us, and it turns out to be fantastic. We get Ghosts, and it turns out to be fantastic. We get Cyberpunk 2077, and that turns out to be fantastic. We get AC Valhalla, and that turns out to be fantastic. And then we get another launch game that hasn't been revealed yet, and that turns out to be fucking fantastic. Could you imagine 5 fucking games in the same goddamn year running for Game of the Year?
Take my money.
Oh.
Take my money. Seriously, if just those 4, if Cyberpunk, Ghost, Last of Us, and AC Valhalla, if they're all like loggerheads for Game of the Year, what a great year for it.
God,
you know, Jazz, how you doing, bro?
Jazz.
Like, that's what I want. I can't wait to be wrong about this game. I can't wait to be wrong about The Last of Us and say how stupid I must have been to ever think that it wouldn't be good. You know,
that will make for such a great conversation as well, because we'll be able to look back and just go, I know my feelings that I had back then, and then to look at it again and go, oh my god, I was so dumb. But equally, it would also be a great conversation as well if it turns out to be the other way. I know that's the worst way of looking at it because it means we get a terrible game, but I am still, as I said before, I'm still looking forward to that conversation. We both have like, let's talk about how The Last of Us 2 fucked up. Let's just talk about that for a moment.
Right.
That would be a good conversation. I don't want it, but if it happens, then I'll be happy to talk about it.
True.
Welcome, Jazz. Welcome.
It could still so easily frick up. You
Yeah.
know, we really don't know anything about the game. I mean, we saw a bit of combat, right? But like, for example, right? The Witcher.
Yeah.
You think, okay, the main story, I know it's fighting like the Wild Hunt, but is it? You got the thing with the Red Baron. You got the thing with the witches. You got the thing with the generals on the way there.
Mm.
Like, there's so much to that game. So many. I guess you'd say there's like a main plot point, but to get there, you have to go through three smaller main plots.
Yeah.
Like, we we don't know how the game progresses, right? Like, for example, they said there's two factions, the WLF and the Scars, was it?
Yeah. Scars. Yeah.
Like, do those things progress, because you go linearly through multiple different territories, or do you have to go like all the way and deal with the WLF, and then all the way and deal with the Scars, and then deal with whatever the main story? Like, we don't know, right? We just don't know.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting, man. There's so many questions, and I feel like it's eating at you a little bit. I feel like you're sitting there. You're
I
like,
just
oh.
I want it to be good, but there are just a few things that we have heard that have really put me off.
Mm.
And things like, look, this isn't spoilers, but like Neil Druckmann and Anita Sarkeesian, right? That relationship and the fact that he really, like, quote unquote, respects her work and stuff. Like, she hates games. She hates gaming. She has
Yeah.
entirely got a political agenda to insert into games at the cost of their story, character integrity, writing. You know,
It's such a weird thing. It's such a because she. Oh God.
like, look, whatever. Look, and here's the thing. This is a perfect example of it. Like, no one cares if they're male or female, right?
No.
Ellie's one of the most loved characters in it. Dude, the second she shanks that soldier in The Last of Us, I was like, I love this character. She's amazing. She's just down to fucking knife it, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know, this is like a strong, compelling, well-written female lead. Basically, would she be the lead, or is Joel the lead?
I think Joe was the lead in the previous one. I think she's
Yeah.
gonna be the lead in this one.
Like, and I'm down for Ellie to be the lead, and as long as she's well written, like, quote strong doesn't mean always wins.
Yes.
Strong is like well written, has the character. Joel gets, and it looks like Ellie isn't always winning, right? She gets the crap beaten out of her, but if that only happens the once and she just wins her way through the game, meh, don't want it, right?
Yeah.
I want to see my character struggle and fail, and like Kratos, the dude murders all of the gods in the Greek pantheon, right?
Yeah.
And then he struggles all the way through that game, right? Struggles in terms of character, struggles in terms of fights. Like, I would say Boulder kicks the shit out of him at the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only reason that he wins that fight, I guess, is because he gets out of that. He throws Boulder away.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I do want to see. By the way, Dean, thanks for swinging by, man. If you have to go, that's cool, man.
Yeah, thanks for hanging, dude.
I do have to say, Anita Sarkeesian, she's the kind of woman that will see any tiny little thing against women and turn it into like this massive toxic thing. So I'm worried that she's going to see things like a woman getting stabbed, for example, in this a fucking whole world where everyone is getting stabbed, and she's going to turn it into ammunition for, well, what it'll be okay if Ellie does it because she's a girl, it's fine. But if she sees any other guy stabbing a woman, she'll make it into this is like a disgusting fantasy that's been portrayed in her life. And then I would like to see what Neil Druckmann's response is to that.
No, I think it's backwards. I think Neil Druckmann's down with what she thinks. I'll put it this way, this is how I think it's going to go, her involvement with the game is.
Go on.
Every single group leader, whether they're good or bad, is going to be a woman.
Oh.
Not that women can't lead. Obviously, that'd be a ridiculous statement. But if 7 out of 7 post-apocalyptic groups are run by women, it's not bullshit.
Yeah.
It's demonstrably not the way things would go down, right?
You're gonna get some guy that would eventually just even if it's a psychopath, you're gonna get some guy that's gonna come along and is gonna just take out the lead woman and then take over everything.
I mean, think about it like this, right? And this was a problem of me, a problem for me within Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You're in a post-apocalyptic world, and a lot of these cultures are based on, like, the leader is going to be the best general or the best hunter or something like that, right? in a post-apocalyptic world, I'm sorry, but your females, your women are just too valuable. Like, here's a thought experiment, right? You take two tribes of 100 people each, right?
Yeah.
Tribe A, tribe B. Tribe A loses all but 5 men.
Mm.
So it has 50 women and 5 men. And let's say they're safe. No one's going to like come and invade.
Yeah.
Tribe B loses all but 5 women. So it's 50 men and 5 women. Which tribe survives? Which tribe does better? Right? The one with 5 men and 50 women, because women are more reproductively valuable. It sucks, but it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I know this isn't real life, but the game isn't supposed to know that it's not real life.
Yeah.
And in that sense, like, you wouldn't have that many women, if any. You just wouldn't let them be warriors and hunters and put themselves in harm's way, because you need them.
Yeah.
Because if they're not alive, and it sounds shitty, but if they're not alive and having babies and stuff,
Then the world isn't
like,
alive anymore.
right, exactly. The species dies out, or at least your village dies out, if you don't produce enough offspring, so that you then have more hunters and warriors and stuff. Then you get invaded by the next thing where they don't, like, you get back to the basic principles of existence. And I just think, look, of course, would like a chick rise to power and just through like competency and making the right decisions for stuff? Absolutely. But 7 out of 7 times, or however many groups are in this, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Plus, if it comes down to things, like, some of these things are going to be run by how strong are these people. Some of these groups will determine who's in charge by who's most vicious and violent and stuff.
Mm.
Like, it happens all over the place. Warlords, like 100 out of 100 warlords on the planet currently, like, in Africa and shit. How many are women?
Yeah.
Could women do a better job leading those groups? Some of them, sure.
Yeah.
How many of them are? Right. So it just bothers me. Like,
I
it
feel
just bothers me, man.
Jess in the comments right here, he has a couple of points to make. He said he's watched a couple of the Feminist Frequency videos, which is her brand and whatnot. Not to give her any
You'll
sort
get
of,
dumber. I can't afford to lose that IQ.
This is the thing. So Jess goes that they have some valid points, but she takes them to the ridiculous extremes, and that's the problem with a lot of extreme feminists, is that there are some situations where you're like, okay, maybe some more inclusion is okay over here. Maybe it would have been a good story if you do this. But she takes it to the point where it's like, well, women are clearly superior to men. And then also, if you put women in it, then it automatically becomes better. If you put a person of color in it, then it automatically becomes better than anything you could have done before. And it's like, that's not the correlation that you draw. And the problem is that she doesn't see that directly negatively impacts the whole movement. If I wanted to make a video game, like for example, my Superman story thing and whatnot, yeah, I've thought about other things to include in it. Even though, like, I'm not a fucking game developer, I'm not making any stories or anything like that. Don't get ahead of yourselves like that. But I've thought about it, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to add other superheroes in this? My first thought, I was like, who's the next cool character after Superman? I've thought Wonder Woman, right? I think that's a fucking great character. I've not thought, let's add Wonder Woman because we need a woman in there. I thought, because that's a fucking great character. That's your first and foremost thought when you think about anything. Great character who would work in this situation.
But this is the thing, they don't understand what makes character, right? So one of the things they'll do is, this character's a little bit bland. What would make them gay? Right? or trans or something, right? That's just making them a thing. That doesn't give them character. Character comes down to like their decisions, their personality, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Saying that they've been through all these experiences, being told that they've gone through all these experiences in the past, that isn't character building. That's just attaching them to other things, right? And it just doesn't make any sense. And here's a perfect example of like quote unquote feminist characters. Rey, who I love, just a Mary Sue, like she never loses. Captain Marvel, right? How bland. This person just gets ultimate power and then it wins because she wins, right?
And she uses her powers in an evil way, almost like she just to just completely. So she's like, everyone's my subservient. Like everyone is below me. Everyone's their submissive. It's like that. That's not what a hero does. A hero brings everyone up, not pushes everyone else down.
And then they're saying, like, this character's gay. It shouldn't matter. We don't care. Like, their sexuality. I mean, I get that there's some romances and stuff. Yeah, but we don't need it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like if you have it
here's
check
an example.
boxes. It's like, so
Right.
is this person good? Yes. Is this person a hero?
Yeah.
Yes. Is this person gay? Well, that doesn't have anything to do with the.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
so it's
that's
done.
like that. You can take a gray character, completely bland, and they're like, oh, make them gay, black, and a woman. Cool. They're awesome now. Make that
Yeah.
your lead. No, but
Right.
there's no character yet.
Yeah.
You know, you've made a few decisions, but this character doesn't have character yet. I'm happy to watch a gay black woman with one leg do whatever, as long as she's got character
As long as
and
there's
it makes
something
sense.
to draw me in, something to
Right.
something like a relatable, something that I could
Exactly.
oh, this story, she's going after this. I wonder what she's gonna do.
For example, and I actually like Ray, and I think there's easy fixes to her being a Mary Sue and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and I like her, but she has a lot of problems. She is a Mary Sue in comparison to Luke Skywalker, I'm sorry, who goes through the entirety of his movies. For the first two movies, he just gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
You know, he's just struggling and trying to learn. You know, he doesn't actually win a fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he doesn't actually win a fight.
I was gonna say he
one.
doesn't. He doesn't. No, he almost kills Vader at the end, but he just gives up. He doesn't finish that fight.
And then the Emperor goes to murk him, right?
That's it. So he never wins.
Does he
the fight.
beat anybody? Does he beat anybody? I'm trying to think. Like, I'm sure he like
beats Boba
random
Fett.
no names. Yeah, Boba Fett, like who cares? Like, so you know,
How
that
dare you say that
struggle and
about
stuff.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, like it's just that shows like struggle and growth. Perfect example, right? Kylo Ren, who, and I, for the record, I have said this on record since we saw The Force Awakens, that Kylo was my favorite, and I loved him in all the movies. I think he was great, but just the decisions the character makes, down to poor writing, right?
Yeah.
That dude loses, has things that at least he would consider to be unfair happen to him. You know, he has to, we don't really see him training and stuff, but we know he must do, right, to power up and like stuff. Like, he gets his ass beat the whole way through, and he's one of the greatest characters, and he has a redemption arc, you know?
I would have.
And he.
Go on, sorry.
No, go.
No, I was going to say that there's this whole thing, obviously, we could have a whole discussion about this, or maybe we will one day. If it wasn't for, I've said publicly before, if it wasn't for Rian Johnson, the whole Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy would have gone way, way different. And because of that, there's a bunch of things that couldn't be done just because there wasn't enough time, things that needed to be set up from before, things that were teased from the beginning that... I'm telling you, Finn was gonna be force sensitive, was gonna be grow up, well, become a Jedi, become trained and whatnot.
Yeah.
But because
I was worried they were gonna make him gay with Poe, and I don't care if they're gay. It wouldn't bother me less. It just doesn't fit.
That's the thing. They had a fantastic relationship, them two. So adding gay to it wouldn't have made anything better.
Yeah.
It would have just been a thing. But the thing is that they started off, especially with the imagery and whatnot, with Finn holding the lightsaber. It was like, okay, something more is happening here. That's not just coincidence. He's holding the lightsaber. I bet something more is going to happen.
The only other character that got to do that was Han Mother Frickin' Solo. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
And he uses it. He doesn't just pick it up and cut open a dead tauntaun. Right, he gets in a fight with the villain.
Exactly. So there was going to be something there. But I think because Rian Johnson just took the fucking Star Wars universe and went in his own fucking direction without considering anything else, he just ruined that for everybody. Right. And then, even then, I think, who's the director for the first, for episode 7, episode 9?
Oh, why do you do that? Why would you say that? Like, if you said it in a different way, I would remember. It's not Rian Johnson.
No.
It's
Oh god, this is on my head.
What the hell?
What happened?
Oh my god, I gotta Google it. That's how embarrassing this is.
Oh god. Yeah, fuck Rian Johnson. He fucked everything up. Guys, what's the name? What's his name?
J.J. Abrams. Jesus Christ.
J.J. Abrams. There we go. Okay, J.J. Abrams. Yeah, thank you, Summer.
How do you freaking hell?
I don't know how that happened.
It's because you forgot. Fine, one of us forgetting is not a big deal. Then you put me on the spot on live stream. Of course, it just deletes that file from my brain.
It's like, and that's gone. There we go. So what I was gonna say was, JJ said afterwards that when
frick you, Super Bleach, frick you. Do you see what this motherfucker's writing in the thing? He says, "Oh, you got Riley confused with a random black woman. That doesn't look good. They look fricking identical." Did you see that? Did you see that screen cap?
First of all, it was when she was young. People do change. I mean, an important person in her life.
8 years.
You can assume that. Anyway,
it's been 8 years. It's different lighting. She could be using the name Nora because she's trying to escape from anybody. And You know, we were in the heat of the moment. Frick you.
Exactly.
Frick you.
Come on. So yeah, what I was gonna say was J.J. Abrams said that Finn was gonna tell Ray that he was force sensitive. Apparently, that was the big thing and whatnot.
Ray, I need to tell you.
I'm force sensitive.
Yeah, like what? That's such bullshit.
Like
Never
that's gonna
happened.
matter in the moment that you're dying, right? But also, I don't know why he added that if he wasn't gonna end up saying anything in the end. It doesn't really. Okay, we're not gonna have enough time to say this. Remove the whole thing. That's
Bro,
the
do
thing.
you think this is a Batman versus Superman thing? That there's like 10 minutes of cutting room floor footage that just makes the whole thing make sense.
Release the
Ray,
JJ cut.
I need to tell you. Like, I think I might be gay. Like, well, there could be. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen some bad moves here. Like, Ray, I need to tell you. Actually, I think Holdo was really good, and you should have taken her place. We could really use her now. You know, like, there's so many bad takes that could end up there. Oh,
Have you seen how
Ray,
many...
I need to tell you, me and Chewie, we had a thing.
It's like, I didn't think I would be into it at first, but then, you know, it kind of grows on you. You should try it sometime. That fuzziness just, it works. It works.
All right, boys, I got to ask here. Everybody give me flack in the frickin' chat. Do we see Riley die? I don't remember. I remember...
So I looked it up. We don't see her die. We see them, they both get bitten by a thing in the DLC. And they go their separate ways.
She dies. Yeah.
They go.
Ellie said she died.
Yeah, it's assumed and whatnot. She either commits suicide or she just turns into a runner. They never actually show that. They just go their separate ways after they get bitten, and yeah. That's
I did forget that. I did forget she got bitten. I remember that Ellie. I remember it basically being implied that she died, but I forgot that she got bit.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe it isn't Riley. Anyway, frick you.
All right, man. I feel like we've had a nice, healthy discussion here about The Last of Us and Anita Sarkeesian and then Star Wars. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this watch-along. We'll be doing all kinds of watch-alongs for all the future stuff. Hopefully, the 3rd of June is real. Hopefully, we get to see. That's a week from today, I think it is. So that should be really awesome. Tune in for the True Gamer podcast, which will be coming up on Saturday. Feel free to drop in your thoughts about today's discussion and Last of Us gameplay in the Discord server or on Patreon, wherever you guys are. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Yeah.
Thanks for liking and subscribing. We'll see you. When is the next podcast? On Saturday, right?
Saturday, that's right. Yep. We'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Thanks for hanging, boys.
Yeah.
Awkward pause while we're still live.
And nothing.